too long. All right, so we are going to be co-constructing our frame today. And a frame is a tool that we use to help us remember important things, put lots of information in one place, or to learn a system, to learn steps of something. This time we're going to remember all the really important things about morphemes from before spring break. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask some questions. You guys are going to answer some questions. You're going to try not to talk on top of each other. If no one talks, I'm going to call you by name. So you should probably try. And then I'm going to write your answers, and then you just make your paper look like my paper. Any questions about what we're doing? Hi, Elena.
Howdy.
We are going to be reviewing morphemes. If you would like to take notes on this, you are welcome to. I'm going to ask questions so you can pop in and answer anytime, okay? All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is, because this term is plural, that is doesn't make sense. So I'm going to change that to are, just because I know that we're a little bit nerdy about that sort of thing. So morphemes are about what? What is a morpheme about? Or what are morphemes? Anyone? Bueller?
A morpheme is a part of the word.
What's very important about that part of a word?
That makes sense.
Can we pick a different word besides makes sense? Because it has something special about it that a syllable doesn't. What makes it different than a syllable?
It gives a new definition to the word.
It has meaning. That's perfect. Thank you. So it's a part of a word that has meaning. Whether it is the base meaning of the word or if it's changing the base meaning of the word. All right, we learned about 3 types of morphemes. Alan, what were the 3 types of morphemes?
I forgot.
Think back. Think way back. 3 parts. One happens at the beginning of a word, one anywhere, the other one happens at the end.
It's prefix, suffix, roots.
That's it. I knew it was in there. Thank you for your contribution. Okay, prefix, suffix, and roots. So can someone share with me what a prefix is? Tell me some information about a prefix that's important.
A prefix gives the word its first meaning, like in projectile, the prefix would be pro.
Okay, so first meaning, it comes at the beginning. So it's at the start of a word. Does it give the base meaning of the word, or does it adjust the meaning of a word?
It adjusts it.
It adjusts the meaning of the word. It'll adjust the root definition, right? Okay, it adjusts the root definition. And where can I find it? Anyone? Where do I find
it? In front of the root?
It is in front of the root. That is a really good definition, better than the one I wrote. It is in front of the root. And then there was something special we learned about them. How many prefixes? What happens when I have, do I have 1? Can I have 2? Can I have 7? How many prefixes are typical? Hi, Kendra.
You can have 2.
Up to 2. And what do we call a word that has 2? It has a
compound prefix.
Perfect. So it's usually 1 to 2, and if it has 2, it's called a compound prefix. That was perfect. You guys remember a lot of this. When we were doing this in class, what did we use to help us know it was a prefix? How did we separate it from the rest of the word? Hi, Kendra. We're glad you joined us. Hi, Lucas. We're glad you joined us. We are remembering the things that we learned before our break. So you are welcome to pop in and answer questions whenever you would like.
Ms. Maitner, can I just interrupt for a second and let them know that they will be receiving a grade for the work that they do with you? So it's important that they do their best and participate.
Thank you very much, Miss Mites. Kendra, can I pick on you? Are you for real there, or did you put us on and wander away? She's not unmuting herself. Kendra. I haven't heard from you yet. Lucas, will you unmute yourself and talk to me? Please.
Huh?
Hi. Okay. So what did we do when we wanted to identify the prefix of a word? How do we mark it in the word? What shape did we use?
A backwards L.
It was a backwards L. But the problem that I found when I started figuring out how we were going to do this in a virtual environment is that if I don't want to make you guys print every piece of paper and draw on it, which some people don't have printers, I had to come up with a different idea. So I'm going to flip this over for just a second, but I'm going to put it right back.
We could do brackets.
Well, what we're going to do is wonder why you can't see what I can see. My computer's frozen. Not cool. Oh, come on now. Hold on. We're going to stop presenting for a second and then re-present. Hold on. Because it stopped working for a second. Share. Betty. All right. Now you can see it. Okay. So the paper that I made for you guys to turn in, I made it look like this so that you could make your prefixes red, your roots yellow, and your suffixes green. That way I know you put the right thing in the right place and you don't have to draw the brackets or you don't have to draw on the things. So it would be easier for you to fill out the paper. So with that in mind, what color are our prefixes based on that? And I can just tell you, they are red. So we're going to put them in the red boxes. And this will help you when you're filling out your worksheet later, how to mark it. Now, if you want to do it the old way and you want to just print the paper and you want to put marks on the words, I'm totally fine with that. But I thought it would be easier to fill in the boxes on a Word document and then be able to upload it than to have to print it and then draw on it. So I tried to make it easier for you guys. Okay, so let's do an example of this word right here. What is the prefix on this word?
Trans.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Trans. So if I wanted to mark it the old way, I would do it that way. If we were doing it on the new sheet, I would put trans in a red box and port in a yellow box. Does that make sense? All right,
Yeah.
moving on to, cool. Thank you, Shayla. All right, moving on to suffixes. Somebody tell me what the definition of a suffix is. What does it mean?
A section or a number of letters at the end of a word or after a root that
Okay.
has meaning.
So it's after the root. It has to have meaning. What else did you say, Lucas? Oh, is it going to change the root's meaning, or is it the meaning of the whole word?
It's going to change the meaning of the root.
So it just changes the root. And I think this is where we made a mistake doing it in this order. If we had done roots first before suffixes, we would have seen that difference better, I think. So really emphasizing a suffix changes the meaning of the root. It doesn't give the definition of the word. All right, where do I find my suffix? Somebody different. Shayla, go ahead.
At the end of a word.
So can I say after the root?
Yeah.
Can we also talk about, do we sometimes, how many roots can we have?
You can have one, but there's also like compound roots too.
Yes, and there's a difference between compound prefixes and compound roots. Do you remember that sometimes we even have three roots? I'm sorry, three suffixes? So remember, sometimes we have like a compound suffix, but then if they make the word plural, it adds a third one, and that would be three suffixes. So this could be 1 to 3 of them, typically. You could have 4, but that would be really extreme and not on anything I would give you. But you might see up to 3 on something I may show you. Now, on our other side, I only gave you 2 green boxes. And so one of these words, I'm going to show you what to do if you come into a situation where there might be 3. It's very rare, so I didn't add 3 boxes to everyone because it messed with the way the paper looked. It's not a really good reason, but it's the reason. All right, so it's after the root. There can be 1 to 3 of them. What else is important about a suffix? Anything we can remember?
We use like an L shape, I guess.
Yes, so we used an L shape to find them. And then on the back, what color, do you remember what color we would put a suffix in? I know I just flipped there and then flipped right back.
Green.
Green, good job, guys. Way to remember, green. It's like I made it like a traffic light. So at the beginning of the word, it's red, and then yellow, and then green. I thought that would help you remember. All right, so let's talk about this word right here. Someone want to share with me the suffix or suffixes on this word?
Ion.
S.
I think that it's TIONS.
Okay.
Or IONS.
All right, so we have that struggle where we're not sure if it's ION or TION. Can somebody give me a hint? What might help me decide?
It's an ION because infect has a word where infect doesn't.
So how would I know that, Alan? What could I look at to see?
That's something I don't know. I just know that infect has meaning, while if you take away the T, it doesn't.
So one of the things I could go to look at is my root list. And I would look for my root to see what the root says. Because remember, one of the rules is that you want your suffix to be the largest suffix it could be. So what you're really trying to find out is the root, because remember, English is special. So is the root infect and the T is added to English to let it stand alone, but TION is your suffix? Or is it the other way around? Now, unfortunately, I may have made these words up, and I'm looking. Infection is infect in any format is not one of our roots that they provide, which is why this word would not exist on your paper. But we are going to assume that Alan is correct and infect is our root and ION is our suffix. But if this were one of the ones from your worksheet, all of your roots are included on the root sheet. So please go back to the root sheet. It will help you. Questions on that? Those are all uploaded for you in the files, the root sheet, the suffix, and the prefix sheets. And you can open them all up and use them when you're working on your worksheet. Cool? I know you all hear me. All right. Next, roots. Someone tell me about a root.
It's like the part in the word that gives the word its main meaning.
Okay, so it's the base meaning of the word that everything else adjusts.
Roots can also stand alone.
It could stand alone. Not always, though, remember. And then there was something else. Oh, do we sometimes have more than one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes we do have a good compound root going on.
And sometimes you can have 1 to 2.
Yep. It's usually 1 to 2 unless we're German. They like to just smush a whole bunch of roots together to make one big long word. That's their jam. All right.
Schneebel, Diamond, Dinkelheim.
Yeah, exactly. So tell me where I can find a root.
You can normally find a root in the middle of the word.
Right, but does it sometimes appear at the beginning and sometimes in the middle and sometimes at the end?
Yes.
So it can kind of be anywhere. But usually the middle. How's that? Perfect. Okay. And then what did we use to tell us when we found the root?
Underline, right?
Perfect. Yep, I'll tell you that's perfect. It was underlined, and on our new sheet, it will be yellow. All right, so we're going to look at the word. This one got you guys. This one's actually off of our worksheet. Tell me about this word. Some brave risk taker.
I think that
Fawn,
word
I
might
think
be 2 different roots.
It is 2 different roots. Lucas, do you agree?
yeah.
Yeah, this one was really hard because this one right here. Tell me about this word.
Photos, the prefix.
And
the
graph is the subject.
So this word, this is our prefix and this is our root. But for this word, both of those are roots because graph is describing the thing, the image, the depiction. And in this case, it's telling how it's depicted. So that's the prefix that changes the meaning of the word, but the word stays the same. In phonograph, it's telling not how, but what kind. Phono means sound. So phonograph is something that makes a presence with sound. So it changes the word completely. It's no longer a representation physically, it's a representation through your ears. Does that make sense? Okay, so what I want you to do is take one moment, look over all of this really important stuff. And down here in this so what box, we're going to write a sentence that tells me why this stuff is important. 2, actually. 1, why is it important for us right now in Miss Mite's class? And then 1 for why is this important to us in the whole wide world? Like, who cares about Morphemes?
To get a grade.
Okay, so I need this for a grade in Miss Mite's.
And so that if you go to Germany, you can understand Hibbel, Dommel, Jake Schleiman.
Okay, so I might need it in the world. Can I just say to recognize unfamiliar words?
I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's America.
That's true. All right, that's perfect. What I will do is make sure that there is a copy of this posted in our files if any of you weren't able to keep notes with us or you came a little late. This is our review. Now we're going to practice a few before I release you to go off and do your own. So I have some words here. And I'm going to show you how to put it in the little boxes so you know how to do the new worksheet that I made for you. All right, so someone who wants to be brave want to talk to me about the word maternity.
I think that the suffix is ity.
I think you are correct. And then what do you feel about the root? Shayla, do you have any feelings about the root?
I'm not really sure about the root. Or I think it might just be matern.
It is actually mater. No N. That N is added by the English language for funsies. So, what I will tell you is when you're filling out your form, as long as you make your suffix ity, even if you put matern in your root, I will count it correct, even though the N doesn't technically belong there. But if you choose to write mater as a root and ity as your suffix, I will also count that correct. Does that make sense? So you get choices. You can have this as your correct answer or this. Both of those will be considered correct. Let's look at microphone. Someone besides Shayla. Be a risk taker. Kimberly, welcome to the group. Go ahead, Lucas. I saw you. Go, Lucas, go. He's not gonna. Kimberly, you want to? Oh, there he goes. Go, go, Lucas, go. I believe in you. Kimberly can do the next one.
Micro and then phone.
Okay, what about those? Tell me more words.
I think micro is a prefix because I know phone is a root.
Okay. That is correct. So we would put micro here and phone here. I don't care which yellow one you put it in. I don't care which red one you put it in. You can put micro here and phone here. I don't care. Just put it in the right color. Sound good? All right, Kimberly, you want to try minimal?
Is MAL the suffix?
It is not. And what I would encourage is that you use your suffix list because you would see that's not an option. Give me one less letter.
AL?
AL is our suffix.
Where's the suffix list? Because I came here a little late because I didn't know this was happening today.
That's okay, honey. The suffix list is in the files in my channel. And it's all three lists are in there, the prefix, the suffix, and the root list. So I would encourage you to open those up before you try the worksheet that I put for you this week.
Okay.
Because you can use those on anything you want. So AL is our suffix. Do you want to try and tell me what the root is? This is a super tough one. It's okay.
Is it NIM?
It is not. It's MIN. So IM is just, some fun English language addition. So I will take this two ways. As long as AL is in your suffix box, I will take either of these answers as correct. You can put just MIN and leave out the randomness, or you can put MINIM as a root, and I will take that as correct as well. Thank you for being a risk taker, Kimberly. I appreciate you. All right, one last one, dictators. This one's tough.
Root dict.
Okay.
Suffix ater. Aters.
Somebody want to help? This one's tough.
ORS, I think, is, or no, wait. Just wait. TOR is one suffix, and then S is a separate suffix?
S is definitely a suffix. So I'm going to start on that end, and I'm going to say this is a suffix that just makes it plural. So remember, anything that ends in S or ES, we want to take that off first because we know that's probably a plural, making it plural, right? Okay, so then I have ATOR. What do we know about ATOR? Is that a suffix, ATOR, altogether?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, then just
I think it was.
So we're going to go back to our suffix list. And if I look at the list for A, I have one for ATE. but that is the only AT suffix. And so, like I said, this one is super, super tough because it's actually this and this. However, it's really DICT is my root. We were good there. This is technically ATE that they abbreviated to AT because you can't spell something ATEORS. So they took the E out. OR is a suffix and S is a suffix. Either of these will be counted correct. I am okay if the E is missing and you just have AT in the box.
If one of the ones you get has 3 roots, then what will we do?
Just like this. So if you're typing it on the Word document, you just go right next to the box and put a little F there outside of the little box. Or if you push the tab button, it will give you another line and you can put it down below. I'm not picky. You just let me know there's a third one some kind of way and I will figure it out because I know this is a weird way for us to to work on this activity. All right, questions about these examples or the review? All right, I'm going to stop sharing from there. And I'm going to show you what you've got for this week.
I went into the thing for the worksheet, and whenever I went into it on Word, it was like it only had the A section instead of the other two.
Well, that's weird. I'm going to show you the easiest way to do it. And then if you want to do it a different way that works better for your computer and your situation since you've been in virtual school, I'm totally fine with that.
I can actually pull it up right now to see if it's working. There's...
Are you seeing my screen now?
Yeah, I'm seeing your screen.
Perfect. And then what I would like is I'm going to go to your group down here. I'm going to go to the general assignment.
I can't see it anymore. It went black.
That's weird. So if we go to general in Miss Mites' class and go to assignments, and wait very patiently. And then we go right here to our Morpheme sheet. I can see this from a kid view. So this is what your worksheet looks like. If you go here to identify Morphemes 3 online version of the Word document, and you open it in Word Online, all the changes that you make to it will save. And then all you have to do is come back here and push submit your work and it will send it to me all filled in. That only works if you do it in Word Online. If you open it in regular Word, it's downloading it to your computer. Then you have to save it and upload it to me. If you open it in Teams, it should save and come back to me, but sometimes Teams is a little finicky. So I would trust most open in Word Online, and then you should be able to see the worksheet. It'll look like this. Let's take you there. Dun, dun, dun. Wait for it. It's coming. There. Oh, I see what you're seeing. Hold on. Let's see if it loads all the way. Because that's really weird if all you see is A.
You just have to keep on scrolling down. It doesn't do like the 3 sections right next to each other like how it did when we were like at school. Now it's just a straight line down.
Why didn't it save it? Oh, it's because it's not open in the desktop. If you open it in the desktop, it will do it that way. But since it's online, it just doesn't have the same functionality.
I can't have the I have to have Open Office because my dad doesn't want to pay for the Word even though I have an account already.
Later, get with me. I can teach you and your dad how to download it for free.
It doesn't really matter. I have Open Office.
Okay. And so this is how we're going to do this. And I know it opens weird. If you want to do it in here, that's fine. If you want to open it on your desktop and type in it, save it, and upload it, you're totally fine. I also saved it for you in there as a PDF. So if you prefer to print it and write on the piece of paper and take a picture and upload that, I'm totally fine with that too. Any questions about your Morphemes assignment? So remember, we're trying to get to mastery, 80%. So I will score them and get them back to you. If you don't make 80%, then we'll get together in a small group and we'll do some more practice and more discussion about it. But once we move on from this, we get to do some fun things like finding some words in text instead of just breaking apart words. And we're going to start attaching some definitions, which will be super good. Sound good? The last thing is next week. Remember, you're supposed to show me that you can read each of the prefixes and the suffixes. And some of you got to do it and some of you didn't before we left. So next week there will be a different assignment, which is called Flipgrid. Have any of you used Flipgrid yet?
Yes,
No.
but it's
Yep.
stupid.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry you feel it's stupid, but we're going to
No,
use Flipgrid.
so it told me that I need to upload a picture so I can get like 20 points or whatever for my grade. And it won't let me upload a picture of myself. When I go to upload a picture, it says, sorry, this did not work.
Well, that's silly.
You're
I will
supposed
not
to
grade you on
record a
whether you
video of
upload
yourself.
I will ask you to just make a little video of you reading me the prefixes and the suffixes. And that way I can hear you read them and I can give you your grade for them. And so you will make a little video and read it to me. I will also make those public so that just the kids in our class can see it. But if you're struggling with a word and you're not sure how to say it, I will record one too so you can hear me say it and you can practice it. And then you guys can record your own. So you will have an example too, and you can listen to your peers and hear how they say it. Just if you're not sure if they said it right, go back to Miss Maitner's and listen for her to say it, okay?
How are we supposed to do this and get it to you?
It's an app called Flipgrid, and I will be talking more about that next week. I just wanted to forewarn you that's what it would be. But I will give you step-by-step instructions. Don't worry, Shanna.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions about what's expected this week? If you think of something after this, you are welcome to just send me a little message in our channel for Miss Maitner's stuff. Otherwise, your assignment's not due till Friday. So please take your time, open up all of your tools, use your prefix, suffix, and root lists to help you so that you get the best possible grade. Hi, Benjamin. I didn't even know you were here. I hope you're having a good day. All right.
I just got here.
Well, we did some review, and I'm going to post a picture of it because you didn't get a chance to see it. So we will have that available to you in the group as well.